Come to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Is my voice on screen is clear to all of you guys? Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Right. Right. Good morning, guys. And check it what we completed in the last session. So I think so. Some of you might be attended yesterday's workshop, right? And again, I'm telling there, those who are in full stack, so not required to wait the completion of the Java content. So directly you're eligible to join with the DevOps classes. So check for the timing and depending on your time, just you can attend for the content. DevOps is also be required, is also be one of the demanded technology or demanded course nowadays in outside. Java with the DevOps, that combination is a very good combination. So without failure, now try to utilize that opportunity. I think morning 7 o'clock that batch was started today. Today is a demo class might be. So if any of you are missing today's session, then tomorrow onwards you can continue with that. And moreover, to learn a DevOps Java is not mandatory. But the combination if you put in your resume will get more weightage. The combination if you put in your resume, then your resume will get more weightage. That's the point where what I'm telling you. Okay. That's okay. Good, nice. And one more thing, if any of your new members today, please try to take this link for the sake of the regular classroom notes, daily classroom notes. If you want to get, just use this link, right? I think all of you might be aware about it, right? All of you have taken it, right? Okay. Then try to save this number with respect to my classes. So this number is a single point of contact about the updations of my classes. Regarding any kind of query about my classes, you can save this number. You can take this number. Through this number only we can get the maximum. And I created some classroom there already. This is a classroom coach to have any communication between you and me direct communication. I'm going to use this particular channel. So try to utilize this channel so that you are able to get some kind of awareness. Okay. All right, sir. So okay, all the details are okay. All right. Even in the Google Classroom also I given all these details. No, just you can utilize. All right. Now let's move on to the point. Now we are discussing about the differences between Java and other concepts, Java and other technologies. The topic here we are discussing there, differences between Java and others. All right, almost all. How many differences we completed there so far? 7 number of differences here we completed there. Almost all. Today is the last class for this particular differences between Java and others. Next onwards, we are going to start a new topic for us. But before that, just give titles to me. I don't want to get that more internals of this content. Just I want to get the titles of this content here. Now tell me, first of all, now tell me in the differences between Java and others, the very first point, what I given there, now tell me. Java is a, sorry, C and C++ are what? Static programming languages, and Java is what? Dynamic programming language. Point number one. Point number two, preprocessor is required in C, C++, but preprocessor is not required in Java. Nice. Third one is what? C and C++ are platform dependent programming languages, but Java is what? Platform independent programming language. Good. Fourth point, pointers are required in C, C++, but pointers are not required in Java. Then what is the fifth point? Multiple inheritance is not possible in the case of Java. It may be possible in the case of C++ and Python. Already in the case of Python, how it is that we understood clearly. Leave this content here after this, after completion of this. But next one here, come on. Destructors are not required in the case of C++, but destructors are not required in Java. Then after this, operator overloading is not possible in the case of Java. It is possible or not possible in Python and other programming languages, no, not required. Moreover, in Python, I know that how to achieve this operator overloading, but it's a good story, lot of story. In Python, as a being the Java developer, not required to know up to that much of depth content inside the Python. Okay, all right, so that's okay, fine. See, as I know Java and Python, as I discussed about Java and Python, both the courses. Previously, both the courses I took there. But as I'm busy with the Java programming language, just I stopped the classes on Python, right? But the content-wise and everything I know about it, I can compare easily. But if I want to talk about the operator overloading inside the Python, so more deeper content I have to discuss. Not required. Up to that, not required. Just you can understand it. Operator overloading is not required or not possible in the case of Java, but operator overloading is possible in the case of Python. But that even though it is possible in the case of Python, even though it is not possible in the case of Java, but its impact is nothing. Its impact is nothing. Why? Because it's very, very, very rarely used feature. Moreover, it's a bit confusion oriented feature when we use more number of operators with more number of functionalities. Because of this reason, just forget about like what their operator overloading. Right. Now these are the various things here I given, but in the last class I made a conclusion. What was that conclusion here I given in the last class there? That conclusion is, all of you listen carefully. That conclusion is Java is not allowing operator overloading explicitly. Java is not providing any environment to perform operator overloading explicitly in Java applications by the developer. But as per the Java internal requirement, Java made some of the predefined operators as overloaded operators with the fixed functionalities. Already in Java, some operators are available. Say, for example, plus operator, star operator, slash operator, percentile operator, not star, not slash, percentile operator, star operator, plus operator, and so on. Some of the predefined operators, these operators were made as overloaded operators with the fixed functionality that was defined by Java. But Java has not given any option for the developers to perform operator overloading explicitly. That's clear to all of you know. So this is what exactly the reason why implicitly operator overloading may be possible in the case of Java, but explicitly operator overloading is not possible in Java. Is it? All of you are getting my point or not clearly? No. That's okay, fine. This is a clear-cut information here. I'm telling to you. Know. That's okay, fine. Leave this one. Then the eighth difference. And before going to start this point, one more time I'm telling you. If any of your new members today, if any of you are coming for demo class today, after the class, just I will talk with 5 minutes. Just wait here, sit here. When the class is completed, don't leave from the classroom immediately. Just up to 5 minutes of time, I want to talk with you. Just you can stay here. Clear? I think some of you are new members today. I think so. Any of you are there? New members today? Yeah, it's okay, fine. That's nice. So after the class, just sit here. Up to 5 minutes, I'll talk with you. I'll explain what about our plan about to take these classes. No, after that, I'll finish. Right? Right. So now, let's move on to the content here. Now, in the differences between Java and others, eighth point, eighth difference, what I am going to discuss with you. C and C++, listen carefully, C and C++ are following call by value and call by reference parameter passing mechanisms. But Java is following only call by value parameter passing mechanism. Right, so C and C++ are following call by value and call by reference parameter passing mechanisms, but Java is following only call by value parameter passing mechanisms. Clear? All of you are getting clarity now? All right. Before going to understand whether C, C++, Java are following or not following call by value, call by reference, parameter passing mechanisms. Before all these, first of all, what is call by value? When we are able to get call by value in our applications. What is call by reference? When we are able to get call by reference. So these points here we have to get clarity. Everybody understand this point clearly, what I am telling to you. Direct to point. In all the programming languages, it may be C, it may be Java, or it may be C++, that doesn't matter. In all the programming languages or in any programming language, if we pass primitive data, what is this primitive data? Byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, char. Is it? Come again. What exactly the primitive data? Now tell me. What are the various things? Now tell me here. Byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, char. These are the 8 number of primitive data types. Forget about other programming languages. In Java, these are the 8 number of primitive data types. If we pass these primitive data, integer data, float data, long data, and so on, these data as parameters to the methods or functions. In C, C++, we may call it as a function. In the case of Java, we may call it as what there, a method. Clear to all of you know? All right. In all the programming languages, if we pass primitive data as a parameters to the methods or functions, then the parameter passing mechanism, will be called by value. Remember this point. In all programming languages, that programming language may be anything. If we pass primitive data as a parameters to the methods or functions, then the parameter passing mechanism is what there, called by value. Understand it? Very simple. Say for example, I may take like what there, void add of int I comma int j. All right, what are these actually? I and j are what there, integer data. Am I right or not? Integer values. If I want to call this function or if I want to call this method, there I need to pass int values only. So whenever we are providing integer data as a parameter to the functions or methods now, then the parameter passing mechanism will be called by value parameter passing mechanism. Understand? Theoretically only. Then still I have not started any first Java program. I'm not going to do anything practical immediately. You should be strong in foundation. That foundation I'm preparing now. The concrete foundation is required. Understand it clearly now? All right. Next one is what is called by reference. Call by value understood. Now what is called by reference? Next one. Observe carefully. In all the programming languages, same point. In all the programming languages, if we pass, observe carefully, if we pass primitive data as a parameters, then it is a call by value. If we pass primitive data as a parameter, then it is what there, call by value. But in all the programming languages, if we pass address locations, what is it? No, address locations as the parameters to the methods or functions, both are same, parameters to the methods or functions, then the parameter passing mechanism is called by reference. Then the parameter passing mechanism is what there, called by reference. Right, sir? Just a given simple difference now. If you pass primitive data as a parameter to the methods or functions, then the parameter passing mechanism is what, called by value. If we pass address locations as a parameter to the methods or functions, then the parameter passing mechanism is what there, called by reference. Everybody observe carefully. All right, that's okay, fine. Now coming to the C and C++. In C and C++ applications, if we pass pointer variables, come on guys, what is this actually? Pointer variables. Tell me what is a pointer variable? Already given that information to you. Pointer is a variable. It able to store address locations of the data. What data? Address locations of the data. If we pass pointer variables as parameters to the methods, address locations as parameters to the methods. Here I'm telling their pointer variables in the sense address locations. That's enough. Address locations as parameter to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism. Then the parameter passing mechanism is called by reference. Why, sir? Why? Because what is the reason for it? No. Why? Because in the C and C++ applications, pointer variables are able to store address locations. Try to analyze the point. What I'm telling you. In a C and C++, if you pass pointer variables as parameter to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism will be called by reference only. Why it is called by reference? How can you say it's a call by reference? No, point is very clear. If you pass pointer variable as parameter to the method, then the parameter passing mechanism is what they call by reference. Why? Because pointer variables are able to store address locations. Passing pointer variable as parameter in the sense passing address location. Passing pointer variable in the sense passing what their address location. That's it. Automatically the parameter passing mechanism will be called by reference. Right. Now I'm asking one more question to you. Now try to understand it now. In a C++, pointer variables are available. In Java, what was the equivalent variable concept in Java? Come on, in C++, pointers are available. What is the equivalent concept in the case of Java? Reference variables. Already we discussed it there. We understood the differences between pointer variables and reference variables. So in Java, reference variables is a concept. Now, immediately we are getting a question. What about this question now? In Java applications, my question is very clear. What is my question? In Java applications, even though we pass reference variables as parameters to the methods, in Java, I'm not using the terminology like a function. In Java, there is no concept like function. In Java, there is a concept like method. No function, only method. In the case of Java, there's a Java official terminology. Right. In the case of Java, even though if you pass reference variables as parameters to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism, is called by value only, not called by reference. Why, sir? Why it is not called by reference? Any reason for it? No. Yes, there is a reason here. No. What is that reason here? Observe carefully. Now I'm asking one question to you. Tell me what is the difference between a pointer variable and reference variable? Pointer variable is able to store address location, but reference variable is able to store what? Object reference value. Guys, then response is not good. Even I discussed about this topic, but still your response is not good. Think of it. So pointer variable is able to store address locations, but reference variables are able to store object reference values. What is this object reference value? Hexadecimal form of hash code. Hexadecimal form of hash code. That hexadecimal form of hash code is nothing but reference value of the object. See, first of all, hash code is available when object is created. That hash code is given to the JVM. JVM is converting the hash code value to its hexadecimal form. Hexadecimal form of hash code is called as what there? Reference value. When this reference value is created, that reference value must be assigned to a variable. That variable is called as what there? Reference variable. So object reference variable is able to store reference value. Reference value is a hexadecimal form of the hash code. Hash code is an integer value. It is not any address location. Hash code is what there? An integer value. So the conclusion is hash code is not address location. It is an integer value. Reference value is not any address location. It is a hexadecimal form of the hash code. Reference variable is not storing any address location. It is storing only object reference value. So because of this reason, what is the point here I'm telling to you? In Java, object reference variable is not representing any address location. It is representing object reference value. Because of this reason, even if we pass reference variable as a parameter to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism is not called by reference. It is only called by value parameter passing mechanism. Why? Because in Java, object reference variable is able to store only object reference values. Only what their object reference value. It is the hexadecimal form of the hash code, where hash code is what there, where hash code is an unique identity, for each and every object provided by the heap manager in the form of an integer value, Sir, all of you are getting my point or not? It is a hexadecimal form of the hash code, where hash code is an unique identity for each and every object provided by the heap manager in the form of an integer value. So because of that reason, even if we pass reference variable as a parameter to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism is not called by reference, is only called by value parameter passing mechanism. Sir, all of you are following or not? Don't worry, even though for new members, even if you are not understanding this, don't worry. I'll take backup classes for you. I'll explain it right from starting point. But of course, today onwards, the topic is what the new topic only. Even still introduction class are going on here. Now we are not talking too much about the Java. Even if you're not understanding 100%, don't worry. I will take care about it. I will explain to you again and again. No need to worry for it in the future. I'll plan for backup classes. Just hardly 4 or 5 classes are completed there. That 4 or 5 classes I will take as a backup classes. Don't worry for it. Right, leave this point here. So by this, totally this point is completed. This total, right, C++ are following call by value and call by reference parameter passing mechanism, but Java is following only call by value parameter passing mechanism. Guys, now can you give conclusions to me? Can we commit this topic here now? Now tell me, what is call by value? Come on, if we pass primitive data, what is primitive data? Byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, character. Eight number of primitive data types. If we pass primitive data as a parameter to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism is call by value. What is call by reference? If we pass address locations as parameters to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism is what? Call by reference. In C and C++, what are possible? Both call by value and call by reference are possible. How can you say call by reference is possible in C++? No. If you pass pointer variables as parameter to the methods, then the parameter passing mechanism is was call by reference. Why? Because in C++, pointer variables are able to store what values? Address locations. In Java, even though if we pass reference variable as parameter to the methods, still the parameter passing mechanism is what? Call by value only. Why not it is called by reference? Why? Because object reference variables are not representing any address location. So what it is representing? Object reference value. What is that object reference value? Hexadecimal form of hash code. What is hash code? Unique identity provided by the heap manager in the form of what? An integer value. So hash code is not address location, reference value is not address location, reference variable is not representing any address location. So if you pass reference variable as a parameter to the method, then the parameter passing mechanism is not called by reference. Still the parameter passing mechanism is what there? Called by value parameter passing mechanism. Clear? Can I go for the next point? Whenever I complete one point, just give a smile at least. I'm expecting smile only from you. Then seriously, people are looking at my face. I don't know what is the reason for it. Yes, sir. You want to hit me? But why you are very much serious now? Then everybody will have problems there. Girlfriend problem, no? I think so might be. By seeing your faces, I'm getting clarity like this only. Everybody will have problem. Everybody will have girlfriend. Everybody will have families, right? Outside of this door, we have to forget everything. Once you are taking step inside the class, there is a temple. There's a temple. Peaceful mind is required. Then in the peaceful mind, we have to understand the content. Understand my point? Even Mukesh Ambani is the richest person in India, right? He also be having some problems. But still he's able to run his businesses effectively or not? Yes, he also the same thing. So forget about everything in outside. Once you are taking step inside the job, inside this classroom, only two things here we have to remember. What are the two things? No, one is what there? Java. Only Java. That's it. And second is of course my face. That's a different story. Right. More to the next point here. Put more concentration. Today our concentration is not good. I recognize it clearly. Almost 75% of the members are okay, but remaining 25% of the members, they're simply physically they're appearing here, but their mind is rotated in outside totally. I'm understanding that clearly. Even I can point out the persons also. But put more concentration. Try to run along with me. Try to walk along with me. Okay, right, sir. I don't require your physical appearances. No, I require your mind in the classroom. Okay, right, sir. Now let's understand the point. So next one, after completion of this, observe carefully. Ninth point, last difference, and this particular differences between right C, C++ and Java. Last difference, everybody understand it clearly. In C and C++, integers will take 2 bytes of memory, comma, characters will take 1 byte of memory, 1 byte of memory. But in Java, integers will take 4 bytes of memory, comma, characters will take 2 bytes of memory. Right, sir. This is exactly the point here I'm telling to you. So this is one of the interview question actually. I have very good experience with this particular question in my throughout career, in a software career. In my first interview, very first interview, unexpected interview that was. I'll talk about it later on. The very first interview question in my entire career is what there. This is a question. How many number of bytes per integers and characters in C, C++? How many number of bytes per integers and characters in the case of Java? This is a very first question in my entire software career. 1 minute, if you permit it to me, then I will share that experience with you. I think it may be useful for you also. Think of it. When I completed my BTech, just a few days of time I was stayed at my home. So obviously, you know that when we stayed at our home after the BTech, what was the situation for us? Our parents are not giving any questions to us, but next home auntie or next home uncle maybe will come to us. Every day they will ask us what you are doing, why you are staying at home, what you are doing, why? Because of their giving response only, we have to take some action there. But our parents are very cool. They have confidence in us. But remaining people are not having confidence in us. There is a problem there. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? Fine, sir. Then what happened there immediately? So one fine day, my father said to me, "Arey, we have some marriage occasion there. Some of our relatives will come there. So together we will together go there to that marriage occasion. Get ready for it." Okay, marriage occasion, very good food items and everything. It's okay, fine. And moreover, then some biryani kind of items are going on. Okay, every day might be at my home. My mother is giving some food there. It's okay. Then somewhat change I'm expecting there. On moment, then along with my father, I went to that marriage occasion. Okay, but there is a good sketch on it, but I don't know that. But I went there. When I went there, immediately all my relatives are standing along with me. And my father is introducing myself to some of my relatives there. Long time back, I've seen them. Might be at my childhood, only I've seen them. But some of the long relations are available there. Then my father introduced me to them. In that process, one person, very good educated person, is in somewhat in style, but he appeared me in front of me. So my father had some casual discussion with him. Then finally, he asked to me, by pointing me, he asked to my father, who's this person there now? And my father said that he's my son. He's a second son, might be, he just completed BTech. Like this, he said to him. Then he asked to me, then what you are doing now? The same question. Internal, I'm getting irritation. Arey, yaar, at my village also same question. In the marriage occasion also people are asking the same question. What the thing is going on there? Just I talk of it. Then finally, I said to him, just I finished my BTech, just within few days, I want to take some action. I want to go for something else like this. I'm thinking about it. He asked me immediately, what are your plans now? Tell me. And what plans I'm having there? Just completed BTech. I'm staying at 2 days of time at my home there. I'm thinking what I have to do. In general, processes were there. When I completed BTech, I must go for job, but no job. That is indirectly everybody is pointing to me. Then finally, what happened after having some discussion there? He has given one not appointment. He has given some visiting card to me. When you come to Hyderabad, just meet me. I'll give some opportunity to you. Later, I inquired about it. Who's this person there? Through some other relatives. Then they said to me, he's one of the company CEO in Hyderabad. It's a software company. Then it's a very good. Definitely will give some opportunity to you. Just go there. Then definitely your job will be confirmed like this. Finally, I thought of it is one of the CEO of a company. He has given visiting card in the sense my job is confirmed. Everybody will think like that only, right? CEO has given visiting card in the sense if I meet with them, definitely my job is confirmed. Fine. Obviously, in the next day only, along with my brother, I came to Hyderabad. Durga Prasad is my brother, Durga sir, right? We both together we came to Hyderabad. By the time he's doing MTech there, even we have not started this institute. And then what happened immediately when I came to Hyderabad, just casually I made a call to him through that visiting card. Okay, fine. Then opposite person said to me, just by today evening 4 o'clock, just we can come to me. Casually said to me, just come to me today evening at 4 o'clock. He has given some appointment. Even I didn't thought of it as an appointment. I thought of it as a casual discussion. He said to me like this. Then at 4 o'clock, I went to the specified location. The moment when I go to the location, there what I observed, there is a company. That was a company. But my appearance is what there, rubber chapel, without iron, the shirt and a normal pant, normal shirt, and by having like what with then foldings like this, I went to that location. Understand it, how people situation just completing BTech now. In a casual way, very casual way, just I went there. Then I went to the front office, maybe receptionists are available. Front office receptionists are available. Just I said to them, I want to meet with this person. Then she asked me again and again 2 times. Really want to meet with this person? Yeah, why not? I want to meet with this person. This is visiting card. Then she made a call to him. Then somebody else has come for you. Like that, she said to him. Then he said to me, "It's okay." Then hello. Then sent to him like this. Okay. Then what happened? I don't know. Then initially he called me to come inside. But again, 2 minutes after she got a call, and she said to me, "Just stay here, sir. 5 minutes after like this." Almost a half an hour of time I stayed there. After half an hour of time, one person, pale person with might be tag and tuck and show, very good. Then one person came to me. Then he asked me, "You are Miss Nagoor?" Yes, myself is Nagoor. Just come along with me. He said to me. I don't know why he is calling like this, but he is an employee of that company. I understood that. He's not the CEO of that company by seeing his appearance. Just he said to me, "Just come along with me." His name is Madan. Later I understood that. As I went to inside the company there is a small desk and 2 chairs are available. When a small desk and 2 chairs are available, just I went there and he sat in one chair and I was, might be said to me, "Please sit here." Then I sit there and a pack of biscuits and water bottle and everything is okay. He said to me, "Please take it." Definitely. Then we are at BTech, just completed, no, right? 1 or 2 biscuits and water, it's okay. Waiting for coffee and tea, no? No? But anyway, that support is not available. It's okay, fine. Then after that, then what he said to me, then in a cool, very cool manner, in a very pleasant manner, simply he asked to me, "Just give your resume." I'm thinking about it now. Why he's asking resume now? By the time I understood that, okay, now they are taking interview from me. Arey, no preparation, nothing. In a casual manner, he said to me, "Just come and meet with me." But to meet with that person, I came there. But now he's taking interview. Then how it is possible for me? I thought of it. It is something is going on here. Some interview is going on for me. Then immediately I said to him, "Okay, sir, it's okay. I understood that now interview is going on. I confirmed with that person." Yes, he confirmed to me. "Yes, now interview is going on for you. Our CEO has given this information to me like this. It's a special interview for you. Actually, no schedules are available now. Especially for you, we are conducting interview now. Okay, understood that. Just if you give 5 minutes of time to me, I'll go outside. I will download my resume. I'll come back with resume. My internal thinking is what there. Once if I go outside, I don't want to come back. What is the situation there? I don't know anything about it technically, but how I can face that interview? No? Even moreover, that person is like it seems like what there is a team leader of in that company. So how I can face that person there? Okay, then I given that information to him. I want to go outside. I want to get my resume there. Then he said to me, "No, yeah, no need to go for any internet cafe in outside there. It's a company, a software company. Here we have internet connection. So many. Yes, I can come along with me." I went to his cabin. In that cabin, he opened the computer and just he opened the Gmail. Just enter your username and password and download your required resume. Okay, really it is available. Then I download it in my BTech first year. Sorry, BTech final year. For the sake of the campus interviews, I prepared one resume. That I downloaded it. Then he got print out of it. Then again we come back to the same interview place now. Again we sat there. Just he seen my resume. In BTech final year, for the sake of the campus interviews, one or two companies, like the call center companies, they visited there. There we have given some technical skill set that I specified there. What I given in the skill set, no, core Java, advanced C++, core Java, advanced Java, Hibernate, Structure, EJBs, and everything, whatever the technology names I know, everything I specified. Then simply he's seen that, he's shown that to me. Hey, Nagoor, are you good at all these technologies? No. But I specified there. If I say no, what's going to be happening? It's definitely it's going to be wrong. So yes, why not? I know about everything. Okay, Nagoor, I don't record all these concepts. No, just give rating yourself in Java. In out of 0 to 10 now, what is your rating there? Then I said to him, 9. Good, nice. So 9 in the sense, but he said, I don't know anything. By the time on flow, I'm giving all the things. So I used to manage, I'm managing that interview. That's it. I want to manage that interview, but as early as possible, I want to come out from that situation. What he's asking, I'm not thinking about it. On flow, I'm giving answers there. Okay, now that's okay. Then, moreover, when I said 9 there, he has given a small smile on me. Even I didn't understand that by the time. Okay, then later on, what happened? He asked me, okay, Nagar, it's okay. I don't require any of these technologies. No, C++, Java, you specified there. Now tell me, how many bytes are assigned for integer and character in C++? How many bytes of memory will be assigned for integer and character in the case of Java? Now tell me. Okay. Then I said to them, number of bytes, integer, and characters. Now, in Java, 2 bytes of memory for integer, 1 byte of memory for character. That I know. That's it. In C and C++, I don't know. Hey, Nagur, are you sure about your answer now? Whenever he's asking, are you sure about this answer? There, in my BTech, some history was recollected in my mind. In BTech, in the campus interviews, no, we have some casual discussion with my friends. When we go for interviewer wants to check our confidence level. Even though you are giving right answers, that interviewer again and again will ask there, are you sure, like that. When they're saying, are you sure, then we have to say, yes, I am sure only. Here also he said to me, are you sure about it? Yes, I'm sure, very sure. Okay, Nagar, that's enough, Nagar. So what is HTML? Please tell me now. Second question. This is the second question. Your Java interview is okay. You are very good at Java. Tell me what is HTML? There I specified that HTML also technology. HTML, hypertext markup language. Okay, tell apart from it. HTML, hypertext markup language only. Okay, then next one. What next one? Do you know anything about it? Yes, I know that. HTML, hypertext markup language only. 3 times. Same answer. He understood that. Okay, Nagur, just wait outside there. Our HR will talk with you regarding this. When he said to me, our HR will talk with me, in the sense, I thought of it. My technical round is completed successfully. Now waiting for HR round. HR people will talk about with me regarding the salaries and everything. No, as per my previous awareness in the campus interviews, there. HR person says definitely. Okay, then I'm calculating how much salary I have to talk with them. If they ask, might be bargain is required definitely. Why? Because myself is a BTech graduate by the time. Then after again half an hour of time, they had some discussion over that. After that, the CEO who has given that visiting card with me is my relative actually. He made a call to the front office there. A receptionist has given a call to me. Then I taken that receiver and I had discussion with him. Just in the 1 or 2 casual discussions after that, he said to me, Nagur, you are technically you are good, very good. Technology wise, you are very good. But unfortunate thing is what there. Your technical skills matched projects are not going in at present in my company. Understand it? How much logically saying to me, your technical skills are not matched with my projects at present, no? So we don't have any option at present here. Maybe come again after 6 months of time, then there is a chance to you to take into our company. Meanwhile, try to improve our technical skills, some other skills. But up to now, you are good like this, he said to me. Even by the time also, I didn't understand that. I went to my room there. Then by the night, evening, night, 7 o'clock, again I made a call to me. Anything wrong with me, sir? Like this. No, no, you are absolutely good, but it may take some time. Try to improve your technical skills by joining institutes at Hyderabad. Then after that, come back to me. Then definitely I'll give opportunity. But meanwhile, I went some gate exam there. I got rank in JNT University. So I went for MTech. That's okay. That's a different story. See, the point, what is the story, what you required from this entire story, the point is what? Interviewers are always cool and pleasant. And the thing is what there, they will not show any aggressiveness on you. If they are giving smile to you, don't take it as in positive way. It doesn't mean or it mean. Maybe positive, maybe negative. That depends on your answers, what you have given. For negative answer, you're able to give smile. For positive answer also, you're able to give smile. But by calculating that smile intensity, but don't think about your answers are 100% right, 100% wrong. First of all, you should have confidence on your answer. What is question? What is answer? Really, we have given right answer or not? You have to evaluate on yourself. At one point, I can conclude to you. When interviewer is asking more number of questions, first 5 questions he asked there, still he want to continue the questions there, more number of questions he is asking, no, is the meaning of it, he is satisfying about your answers. If you are not giving right answers in the first 5 questions, no, there itself that interview will terminate your interview. He will not go for time waste. As long as he's asking number of questions there in our interview, no, then he's satisfying about your answers. He's asking more questions in the sense there is a chance for you to get inside this respective company. This is the calculation here we have to keep in our mind. Okay, fine, sir. Just simple. Just I want to say some information. That's why given that. Now this is the experience what I have there with this particular question. So it may be even for you also, but try to remember this point clearly. At least through my experience, you can remember the concept. Finally, now coming to the point. What was the point here I'm telling to you? In the C and the C++, integers will take 2 bytes of memory. Characters will take 1 byte of memory. But in Java, integers will take 4 bytes of memory. Characters will take 2 bytes of memory. After that, I have done very good R&D work over this particular point. What was the right answer for this particular question? Right. Finally, what I identified, please everybody put more concentration. What I identified, answer for this, no? Listen carefully. Is a twist to everybody. In a C and C++ applications, memory allocation for the primitive data types, understand it clearly. In a C and a C++, memory allocation for the primitive data types is not fixed. Is not fixed. It is a variable. It is not fixed. It is varied. It is variable, and it is depending on. It is dependent on. It is dependent on the operating system which we used. It is dependent on the operating system which you are using or which we used. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? Now tell me, in C and C++, what was the situation for this memory allocation for primitive data types? No, in C and C++ applications, memory allocation for the primitive data types is not fixed. It is a variable and it is dependent on. It is dependent on the operating system which we used. Even in this way also we can say C and C++ is platform dependent. C and C++ is operating system dependent. No, it's not fixed. It's a variable depending on the operating system. Memory allocations are going to be happen. If you go with Windows, one type of memory allocation. If you go with Linux, another type of memory allocation. And if you go with what there Solaris, another type of memory allocation. Not only that, in Windows itself, 32-bit operating system, one type of memory allocation. 64-bit operating system, one type of memory allocation. 86-bit operating system, another type of memory allocation. So it is not fixed. Depending on the operating system, these quotations are going to be available. Even for us also, up to this statement is okay, but not required to understand in which operating system, which bit operating system, which memory allocation, not required. Just simply we can understand memory allocation is not fixed, it is a variable and it is dependent on the operating system which we used for our applications. But listen carefully, but what's the point here I'm telling there? Understand it, no? But in the case of Java, in Java applications, everybody understand it. In Java applications, memory allocation for the primitive data types, I'm talking there, memory allocation for the primitive data types is fixed, irrespective of the operating systems which we used, irrespective of the operating systems which we used. You may use any type of the operating system. You may use any type of operating system, anything. It may be Windows operating system, it may be Linux operating system, it may be Solaris, or it may be Mac, whatever it may be. Even though it is a 32-bit operating system, 64-bit operating system, or it might be 86-bit operating system, that doesn't matter. Where memory allocation for the primitive data types is fixed. Memory allocation for the primitive data types is fixed. So in Java applications, memory allocation for the primitive data types is fixed, irrespective of the operating system which we used. But what is that fixed memory allocations for the primitive data types? What exactly the fixed memory allocations are available for the primitive data types? That we have to understand clearly. Yes, all of you wants to understand this clearly right now. See this one. Byte is a primitive data type. We are already aware about it. How much memory it is? No, 1 byte of memory. Next one is a short is one of the primitive data type. Now, how many bytes of memory is going to be assigned here? No, 2 bytes of memory is going to be provided. Int is another data type here. 4 bytes of memory here. We have to understand. Next one is what there? Long. For long, how much memory is required? No, 8 bytes of memory here. We have to provide. For a float, like how much memory is required here? No, 4 bytes of memory here. We have to provide. For double, again 8 bytes of memory here we have to provide for a double. Next one is what there for boolean, or maybe for character, for char, how much memory here we have to assign there? For characters, no, 2 bytes of memory here we are able to provide. For boolean, how much memory here is going to be provided here? No, 1 bit, not even 1 byte, 1 bit. You know already 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Similarly, now these are the memory allocations for Java, for primitive data types in the case of Java. Remember these quotations? Throughout our Java, we require this information. Especially core Java. Throughout our core Java, I am going to talk about this one. Can you tell me in Java how memory allocations are available for all the data types, for the primitive data types? No, byte will take how much memory? 1 byte. Short, int, long, float, double, character, boolean, 1 bit. So these are the memory allocations. Please remember this, all these points. All right, that's okay, fine. Then immediately we have a question. What was that question here? We can understand now. Listen, all of you listen carefully. What is that question actually? In C and C++, listen carefully. These points are somewhat important for us. In C and C++, all right, characters will take only 1 byte of memory. In C and C++, characters will take only 1 byte of memory. Then what is the requirement? What is the requirement for Java? What is the requirement for Java to assign 2 bytes of memory for the characters? Are you getting my question clearly? Please recognize my question here. In C and C++, characters are taking 1 byte of memory. 1 byte of memory is sufficient to store character data in the case of C and C++. Then what is the requirement for Java to assign 2 bytes of memory for characters? In C++, characters will take only 1 byte of memory. only 1 byte of memory to store character data. Then what is the requirement for Java to assign 2 bytes of memory for characters? All of you understand this question clearly? All of you understand the answer for it? No? Listen, answer is very simple. Now try to understand it clearly. In C and C++ applications, all of you okay? I'm going to give point, exact point. Try to understand. In C and C++ applications, all the characters are represented in the form of observe carefully, in the form of ASCII values. In C and C++, all the characters are represented, not only characters, even numbers or maybe alphabet, anything, all are represented in the form of like what? Their ASCII values. Okay, all right. To store any character in a ASCII value, to store any character in ASCII value, or maybe to represent any character, in ASCII value, 1 byte of memory is sufficient. 1 byte of memory is sufficient. Everybody understand my point clearly? In C and C++, all characters are represented in the form of ASCII value. To store any ASCII value, 1 byte of memory is sufficient for ASCII representations. But in Java, listen, all of you listen carefully. This is our required point. Every time I'm comparing with the C and C++ in the sense, awareness purpose only. But Java points you must remember. Java points we must remember. Understand it now. But in Java, all the characters are represented. In the form of Unicodes. Yes, sir. In the form of what? Their Unicodes. Understand it clearly. Their ASCII value nowadays what? Their Unicode. Here to represent Unicode values. Here to represent Unicode values. 2 bytes of memory. To represent Unicode values, 2 bytes of memory is required. Here to represent Unicode values, 2 bytes of memory is required. Because of this particular reason, Java must assign 2 bytes of memory for representing characters, and C have to assign only 1 byte of memory for representing characters. What is that internal reason? No. In C and C++, all characters are represented in the form of what? ASCII values. To represent any ASCII value, how much memory is required? 1 byte of memory is required. But in the case of Java, all characters are represented in the form of what? Unicode values. But to store any Unicode value, how much memory is required? 2 bytes of memory is required. Then immediately we are getting a question. What is that question here? What is Unicode and what is its purpose? What is Unicode and what is its purpose? Understand it clearly? What is Unicode and what is its purpose? This is a question here. What is its requirement in Java? What is its purpose? What is its requirement in Java? What is its requirement in Java? Right, sir. Now this is also one of the question here. We have to understand what is Unicode and what is its requirement in Java. Answer is very clear. Try to put more concentration. All of you understand it clearly. In general, if you open any notepad or if you open any browser, there we used to see ASCII, UTF, UTF-8, UTF-16, Unicode, this kind of names we used to see. What are all these actually? All these are character representations. All these are like what? They're character representations, or in other words, character encoding mechanisms. Whether we can say character representations or character encoding mechanisms. Yes, sir, got it or not? So the point what I'm telling to you, Unicode is one of the character representation or character encoding mechanism. Okay, Unicode is one of the character representation or character encoding mechanism. After that, but what is the specialty of it? Observe carefully. It is able to represent. It is able to represent all the alphabet, all the alphabet from all the natural languages, like not programming languages, not programming languages, all the natural languages, like what there, English, then what next one? No, Hindi, all right, Hindi. Then after this, what next one? Apart from that, Italian, Japanese, and so on and so on and so on. Even our local languages, like what there, local languages, even we can understand it clearly. Marathi or maybe Telugu, right, sir? Now understand it now clearly. Kannada and so on. Even in our local languages also. Which languages are having scripture? Which languages are having scripture? That languages, for that languages, Unicode support is available. Understand? Come again. What's the point? What's the meaning of this Unicode? I'm telling to you. Unicode is one of the character representations. It's able to represent all the alphabet from all the natural languages like English, Hindi, Italian, Japanese, Marathi, Telugu, Kannada, and so on and so on and so on. All the languages. Okay. So what? If it represents alphabet in all the languages, so what? What advantages we are able to get? What you are able to get benefit by representing all the input alphabet in all the natural languages. So what advantages we are able to get? All right, that point here I'm telling to you, and so on. It is able to provide. It is able to provide. Observe carefully. It is able to provide very good, very good internationalization support. Very good internationalization support. Very good internationalization support. All right. So now tell me, what is the question here? First of all, no, what is Unicode? What is its requirement? Unicode is one of the character representation. It's able to represent all the alphabet from all the natural languages like English, Hindi, Italian, Japanese, and so on and so on and so on. It is able to provide very good internationalization support. Then immediately we are getting one more question. Exactly, one more question. Right. Interviewer will also be asking the questions in the same way. In your answer, interviewer will ask the questions to you. With this approach, there is an advantage for the students, those who are the students now. I'll give that advantage after completion of this. But first of all, understand it. What is internationalization? What is internationalization? What is internationalization? That's it. And how it is useful in the case of Java? Or what is internationalization? That's enough. This is a point here, this is a question here we have to understand. Right, sir? Answer is very clear. Now try to understand this point clearly. Everybody, put more concentration on. For example, I have a software product. I prepared a software project. So I'm in that project is in a production mode. Already client is using that. This project is in live, and the project is in live. All the public is accessing that project. Customers are using that project. So up to 1 year of time, my project has number of customers, maybe 10,000 number of customers are available for my product. Product one, not project. So all 10,000 number of customers are from India only. That Indians can understand English and can speak English very well. So my product is providing services by default in English. That services are understandable by all the Indians and they are using my product. That's okay, fine. Down the line, after 1 year of time, in the second year of my product, I got some customers from Japan. I got some customers from what? Japan. If we observe the status of the Japanese, they don't know anything about English. They're unable to speak in English. They want my product services in Japanese language. They're expecting my product services in Japanese language. Product services are nothing but, for example, if you have a registration form, in the registration form, first name, last name, and email ID, mobile number in English, all these letters no. But they are expecting that the first name in like what their Japanese language. In the last name, Japanese language, email ID, Japanese language, mobile number, Japanese language. Form is same, but the label, the data must be in a Japanese language. Then only they can understand. Okay. I need to keep this point in my mind. So I need to provide along with English. I need to provide my product services as per what their Japanese language, Japanese customers. Nice. Next, few more customers are coming from Italy. Few more customers are coming from what there? Italy. So that Italians are not interested on English. They are very good at their local language, Italian language only. They don't know anything about English. Even little bit they can speak, but it's not in good manner. They want to know and they want to see in which language they know, Italian language only. So they're expecting my product services in Italian language. They're expecting my product service in what there? In Italian language. I had one very good experience with this particular one also. Then after this, I will share with you regarding that Italian language. No? So, but what happened there in the next onwards? Maybe some customers are coming from Germany. Some other customers are coming from France. Some other customers are coming from China. Some other customers are coming from even from Afghanistan, for example. All these people are not having good understanding in English. These people are not able to speak in English. They're expecting my product services in their local languages. So what I have to do? Two options are available with me. The first option, I have to give a condition to all these customers. You must know English, then only you can use it. Point number one. But if I use this one, definitely I may lose my customers. But in the point of business, is not at all good thing. You should not keep any like conditions over the customer's head. You should not provide any conditions. As much as possible, some flexibility we have to provide the first customers. What customers are expecting, that we have to provide. That is a business story. Got or not? So I should not give any condition over my customers. Okay. Then second solution is what there? I have to do some manipulation in my application. I have to do some manipulation in my application. Then my application must provide that services as per the customer locality. First, I have to identify the customer locality. As per that customer locality, I have to provide my product services. Okay. First option is not good. Just I left it. Second option, I have to do something in my project, my product that I have to provide to each and every customer. In the second case also, again, two options I'm getting. Option number one, I have to recreate the application again and again for each and every language. Initially, I prepared my product in English. As for the Chinese, I have to prepare the same project again, same product again. For the Chinese, again, same product. For the Japanese, same product. For German, same product. For Italian, same product. But how many languages are available? How many products I'm going to recreate? Is it the right solution? As of now, maybe 1,000 languages are available overall, but 1,000 times preparing my product in the sense, what about my other projects? No. Not possible. How long we are going to work on this particular product? There should be a deadline or not? So this solution is also not good. Then what is the next solution here? So the next solution is very clear. A single product I have to prepare, understand the location of the customer. As per that customer location, we have to do some manipulation in product to provide services in the customer locality. I should not prepare a product again. The same product, understand the customer location and maintain the customer conventions through my product. Right, exactly. For this particular requirement, for this particular situation, we have to use internationalization. We have to use what there? Internationalization. In other words, people are speaking like what there? Localization. Doesn't matter, whatever it may be. At present, the same content. Internationalization is the right word. We can follow this. At present, later on, we'll see that localization and all this content. No, internationalization. What is it? Internationalization. Providing our product services with respect to the local users. Providing our product services with respect to the local locality, local nativity. So this is exactly the meaning of like what there? Internationalization. That we are going to do by using some properties file internally, by defining that local respective language messages. No, we can do that particular thing here in internationalization. Got it or not? That we are able to choose. That's the meaning of like what there? Internationalization. Now let me give definition for it. No, right? Preparing Java applications with respect to the local users conventions. Come again, what is the definition I'm giving? Preparing Java applications with respect to the local users conventions or nativity is called internationalization. This internationalization in short we can call it as what there I-18N. What is the starting letter in internationalization? What? I. What is the ending letter? N. In between I and N, 18 symbols are available. In between I and N, how many symbols are there? 18 symbols. That's why it is I-18N. Sir, all of you are getting it or not? So this is what exactly the meaning of like what there internationalization. Everybody put more concentration here. These concepts are a sequence of concepts that we have to understand now. Right, sir. That's okay, fine. Now I'm able to give one small note here. What is that note here? Java is able to provide very good. Java is able to provide very good internationalization support because of its Unicode representation only. Because of its what there Unicode representation only. Java has very good internationalization support because of its Unicode representation only. For example, if you want to provide services in Chinese language, no, Chinese alphabets I have to represent or not? To represent Chinese alphabets, I must use what there ASCII is not sufficient. There I must use what there Unicode I have to use. If I want to provide my services in Japanese language, no, Japanese alphabets I have to represent or not? So I require what there Unicode. Say for example, my services I want to provide in a Telugu language. Telugu alphabets I have to represent or not? So Unicode representations are required. One simple example, one existed example I'm telling to all of you guys. Now observe carefully, everybody. Understand it clearly. Now this is Google. Am I right or not? It's a Google service. Google search is one of the Google service. Am I right or not? Observe carefully. See what are all these things? No? For example, if I click on this, like what they're Hindi, what happened here? My entire page is provided in Hindi or not? For example, if I provide in Marathi, for example, the entire page is appeared in Marathi language or not? If I provide in Telugu, for example, there we can see some fine. Some information here we are getting in like what language here? Telugu language or not? Understand it clearly. So Nenu Adrushtasali, right? Very good. Right, sir. English. English is okay, fine. International language here that we follow. So what Google is doing, sir? What Google is doing? Google is providing its services to the local users or not? Why don't we say it's like what there an example for internationalization? Is the best example here we can understand. Now Google is providing this type of service to us. Even at a remote user also can access Google services now. If they don't know anything about English or maybe another language, for example, myself is a person, my native is Telugu. I may click on this Telugu here. I'm able to get everything in the form of like what the Telugu. At least I can see these messages in Telugu. I can use it. Sir, all of you get my point or not? Of course, nowadays maybe another thing is going on that voice search is going on very much demanded manner in outside. Voice search is going on. Are you aware about that voice search now? All right, sir. Then they're trying to implement that voice search in a local languages also in the future. At my village, might be everybody they are using smartphones only. They are doing some agriculture by playing some songs through YouTube. They are not aware about it. They kept this mobile phone on their pocket now. Then they are doing some agriculture work and by listening some songs from this. Understand my point, you know? So the technology is spreaded through the villages also completely now. Right, so now this is the best example here we can understand. Okay, fine. So finally, the point here, what I'm telling to you here, the question is what and how many questions here we extracted from this particular point. Just we have to understand. No, initially the point is what now? Tell me what is the ninth point here? No, in a C and a C++, integers will take 2 bytes of memory, characters will take 1 byte of memory. But in Java, integers will take 4 bytes of memory and characters will take 2 bytes of memory. Right. Then actual answer is what there? What was the conclusion you are given there? Come on, in C and C++, memory allocation for the primitive data types is what? Is not fixed. It is variable and it is dependent on the operating system which we use. But in the case of Java, what happened? In the case of Java, memory allocation for the primitive data types is fixed irrespective of the operating system which we used. Can you tell me What exactly the memory quotations for the primitive data types in the case of Java? Byte 1 byte of memory, short 2 bytes of memory, integer 4 bytes of memory, long 8 bytes of memory, float 4 bytes of memory, double 8 bytes of memory, char 2 bytes of memory, boolean 1 bit. All right, immediately we have a question. In a C and C++, characters will take only 1 byte of memory. But what is the requirement for Java to assign 2 bytes of memory for characters in Java? The answer for this question is what? Now tell me. In a C and C++, all characters are represented in the form of what? ASCII values. To represent any ASCII value, how much memory is required? 1 byte of memory. But in the case of Java, all characters are represented in the form of what? Unicode. To represent any Unicode value, how much memory is required? 2 bytes of memory is required. Then immediately we have a question: what is Unicode and what is its requirement? Come on, what is Unicode? Unicode is one of the character representation. What it is able to do? It is able to represent all the alphabet from all the natural languages. What are the natural languages? No, English, Hindi, the languages which are having script. The languages which are having script internally. That's okay, fine. What it is providing there? Now tell me. It is providing what there? Very good. Internationalization support. Immediately, what is the question? What is internationalization? Tell me, what is internationalization? Preparing Java applications with respect to the local users conventions is called as what there? Internationalization or I18N. Why this I18N is a short name? Internationalization, what is started with the I, ended with the N. Between I and N, 18 symbols are available. One note I have given. What is that note? Java is able to provide very good internationalization support because of its Unicode representation only. Right, sir? Now, these are overall the points here what we are having clearly. Sir, clear or not? Fine, sir. Actually, how other country people are speaking English. One best example I'm telling to you. How Indians are very good at English, but how other countries are speaking English. No, one best example. When I'm doing my MTech at JNT University, Hyderabad, Kukutpalli. When I'm doing my MTech in JNT University, at the end of the MTech, we had an opportunity to do PhD in Italy. Then the JNT University is collaborated with some university in the Italy. So they want to promote some students from JNT University to that Italy University for the sake of doing PhD. Yes, I was applied for it. I was very much interested in PhD. I was applied for it. Then I was applied there. They called me for interview. Some professors came from Italy University. They sat, might be they were there in a room. All right, almost all 6 Italy professors came. They are sitting in a room, in a seminar room. Then I was the member there. I was the first member out of 7 members. In the throughout university, only 7 members were selected for that program. I was the first member. I went to that location, that interview hall, where 6 members are sitting there over. Only 6 members there were totally Italians. Myself is a person from Hyderabad. Now they're asking to me, give some introductory information about data structures. Then I started giving some kind of explanation on data structures. Gradually, they're moving towards a time complexity and a space complexity and all the content now. I had somewhat awareness on it. Previously, I took gate classes by the time. So I had some awareness on it. So then I'm trying to explain this. But what happened there? The moment when they've asked question, then tell me something about data structures. They are saying that information there. Data structure only understood. The remaining content is not understandable to me. 2 to 3 times I asked them, can you please repeat the question again? Can you please repeat the question again? No. Even they are not understanding that point also. Repeat the question again, that's a problem. But finally we had some conversation, I understand that. Then I've taken bot. I'm trying to explain that content on the bot. Then immediately within 2 minutes of my explanation, the Italy professor said to me, please stop it. We are not understanding anything what you are saying. Then immediately in outside might be the total program representative is there, that may head for the total entire collaboration. He was there in outside. Just I went him, then I asked him, they're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm unable to understand what they are saying. Then can you please do something like this? Then he came inside, no, then he sat there. Then whenever I'm explaining some statement there, then immediately my professor, my college professor, he said to me, hey, just stop here, I will explain to them. Then after that, you can continue. Then he's explaining that whatever the explanation I've given, he explained to them. They're asking some questions, no? He's understanding that questions, he's explaining that questions to me. But think of it, where is the problem there? I am speaking in English, absolutely in English. Is a minimal level English and everybody can understand my English that I'm using. Even that English also they are not in a position to understand. Then they appointed one mediator between me and between them. This person is translating everything. Understand it clearly? English is an international language. But as per my awareness, half of the people in the throughout the world, they are not speaking English. They are very good at local languages. Okay, this is a situation what I identified. Okay, by that I can understand. Italians are not good at English now. Even I'm thinking about, even if I go there, if I want to speak with other students or maybe other might be university people, how I have to manage now? That I'm thinking too much about it. But of course, then later what happened there, out of 7 members, only 3 members were selected. Myself is one of the person there over that. I was selected to do PhD in Italy, there in the university. But unfortunately, what happened, by the time just we started Durgasoft, we are putting some money over it. Just we started Durgasoft. So by thinking about Durgasoft and Durgasoft and myself, I have taken the decision. So I don't want to go for the university there. Then I don't want to do PhD at Italy. It's a 3 years PhD only, not even 5 years PhD. Then I decided I want to do PhD at Hyderabad only, in the same JNT University only. Then I said to them, just I don't want to go there. Just I attended for interviews. I want to go for it, but unfortunately, I don't want to go for it because of my family background. So I want to stay here only. Like this. In place of me, some other person went there. They completed PhD within 3 years of time. They come back. But during the PhD, they faced racism too much. Brown people, black people, this kind of things. Even it's too much, too worst. Even I thought of it by the time. Even it's somewhat better for me. Even I didn't went there to that location. It's a damn sure it's a very good thing for me. Otherwise, I may face that kind of problem there. But international exposure, we are able to get that's okay. But they're unable to survive. Besides that, bathrooms they assigned rooms for them. Simple story. Food is also be not good in the university canteen. And the point is what? They have to work in the university canteen and they have to serve to the people, and again they have to take the food and they have to attend for the classes. So they are appointed from India, not for the students now. They are appointed from India as what their workers. By the time I thought bad, very much bad about it. Then after that I went to the like what there JNT University. When I completed my everything about this MTech, no, I applied for PhD there. Then I went there. There unnecessarily there also be what happened there, and I have taken some movement there. But there people are somebody else in university. They're asking to me, just give 4 lakhs rupees to me. I will take care about your PhD. No need to think about it now. By the time my battery was totally down, then died. The totally my interest on PhD was dead totally. Meanwhile, I was busy at institute and I'm taking classes there. Gradually, students are coming. So it's going on, going on, going on. Finally, I forgot to do that PhD. So there are the situations. In education level, up to one level is the transparency. The next level is totally different view. But it's okay. It's going on there. Then we are not going to think about it. Fine, sir. This is one experience what I have there. And 2 minutes of time, I will explain one more experience with how internationalization is required, how much it is required in outside there. Just I want to share one more example. When I worked with HCL Technologies at Chennai, then I was worked with HCL Technologies. In my MTech campus interview, I got selected for 3 companies, where one of the companies is HCL Technologies. It's the first company I got job there in the MTech, after this MTech. Then I go to the HCL Technologies, where the training period is going on. During the training period, what happened? Unexpectedly, they had a project from Chinese client. Chinese project, they had their HCL Technologies. They require some developers. They have to speak in Chinese also, along with English. Why? Because client review meetings are going on. In that review meetings, Japanese clients will appear to us. We have to speak with them. Then for the sake of that, they are selecting. By the time when I went for like what I'm telling you, training period, they are selecting the people for that particular project. That moment is going on. That option came to us. In the training period, my HR came to us. She asked to me, any of are interested to do project with the Chinese people? Some of my friends are there along with me, my MTech friends know. Then 2 to 3 members, they raised their hand. Along with them, they also raised my hand also. Okay, fine. Let's see this somewhat different kind of thing. It's going to be happen. Then immediately they said to me, tomorrow onwards you have to sit in the Japanese training center. They have a separate training center for Japanese language. Then we went there, we sat there, but the Japanese trainer is trying to speak in English and is trying to speak in Japanese language. Unfortunate thing, that vocabulary, that's totally different. My mouth, or maybe my friends also be, they're unable to speak that vocabulary in a different way. So finally we understood that it is not good thing for us in the starting point of the software career. So just we quit from the program, then again we went back to the same training process. So the point is what? Japanese don't know English. Japanese required that everything in the form of like what their Japanese language only. The Chinese people, in the sense, this is too much. You already aware about it. They have their own Facebook. They have their own Google. They don't encourage an outside world. They want to improve. They want to expose their own products to outside. They don't want to allow outside products to them. Even search engines also they prepared in their own way. They're not depending on outside world. So if it is the case now, how they can speak English? But if they're unfortunately if they're using my product there, I have to prepare my product as per their language or not. That's why this internationalization service is a very good service nowadays. Because of this reason, in the future, when we go for frameworks level, Spring Framework, Spring Boot, microservices, or maybe core Java, everywhere there is a topic like internationalization. It's one of the useful service from Java. But unfortunately, outside market is forgetting to teach this content now. But we have a concept right from core Java. I'm going to talk about it. In core Java, we have a separate topic like what? Internationalization. The roots I'm going to start from core Java. In advanced Java, web level internationalization, Spring Boot internationalization, in like a basic Spring internationalization, in microservices internationalization, all the everywhere that internationalization topic we are going to understand. So don't worry, I'll give more content over this particular content. Okay, right, sir? That's all for today. Then tomorrow I will take a new topic like what are there? Java features. Some of the Java features. Then after Java like naming conventions, Java programming format. After that, steps to prepare for Java program. Once we started programming part, every day programming only we are going to do. Continuous programming we are going to do. But before that, a concrete foundation I'm providing. Try to have patience level. Try to understand each and every content. Right? That's all, guys. That's all for today. Those who are new members, stay here. Remaining members, you can go outside. Those who are coming for a demo, just stay here. Remaining members, you can move out. Yeah, Devika, then no, then first of all, you should have some technical awareness, right? And this only this content you are unable to see what we understood there up to no, nothing, right? Very, very low at Java, right? So that it may take some time. I will give intimation to you when you have to start your interviews and all, right? Okay, don't worry. Then I will take care about it. Right. Right, sir. So all you are the members. I think you are also be old, right? Okay, no issues. So you're all members, right? Just nothing, sir. I want to give some clarity. Just only the topic is what there differences between Java and others that I started. 9 number of features are available. 9 number of points I discussed there. Over. Today I completed 2 points. Overall, the balance is what there only 7 points. So it's hardly it's a matter of 4 days of time, 4 hours, 4 sessions. So I'll plan for these 4 sessions so that you can understand. Not only today, up to next to 15 days, up to next to 15 days, admissions are going on in this batch. No, even people can come and join with me even after 15 days of time also. So still demo class are going on. Nothing you completed. For these completed classes also, you are able to get videos. Understand it clearly. Regular videos we are able to get. Even today video, before that, whatever the 4 or 5 classes are completed, all these videos here we are able to get. That's one thing I'm telling to you. And even daily classroom notes, whatever the notes I'm typing inside the classes, no, That classroom notes I'm able to provide in this particular URL. Please take this URL, all of you know. Take this URL, just what we are doing, just take at least a photo snap, right? If we take this URL, if we type this URL on the browser, there we are able to get daily classroom. This classroom notes we are able to get. If you open this document, there we are able to see the total content. Okay, that's one point here. What I'm telling to you, clear? And full stack Java. That's it. This URL https://tinyurl.com core java 10 am. There we are able to see like what are core Java document. If you open that daily classroom, everything here we are able to get. Google Classroom, if you are aware about it, just we can use this particular code. So we are able to open it. Go to the Play Store and directly download Google Classroom. App is available. Download it. When we open it, it is asking about class code. Take this class code K5UDPTF. K5UDPTF. This is a Google class code. Use that Google class code. Automatically, you are able to open that Google Classroom app. There, I will interact with you clearly. If I want to share any resource to you, then I can share there. If I want to talk with you personally, I can talk there through this particular channel. Google Classroom is an app. I'm using that for the sake of our communication. Please try to utilize this clearly. Okay. All right. So then after this, 1 minute. For after this, what I'm giving now, if we observe the total batches now. So here, understand the advantages of this courses here. Yeah, we can leave. Those are already available. You can leave there, not required. Okay. All right, sir. So advantages of this course here, I'm telling to you, we are able to get video support for every class. We are going to provide video. Every class video here we are providing. Understand it clearly. Okay. Up to 1 year of time is a validity. After completion of the course, 1 year of time. Okay. But don't think about it. It's like a boundary, only 1 year of time. More than that, we are able to get that video support. More than 1 year of time here, we are able to get. All my classes materials in the form of soft copies available. The location where we are going to find the videos, no, there itself we are able to get that PDF document for the course core Java. There we can see one PDF part. Next one is what there, pre-access to the classroom notes. Whatever the notes I'm typing, no, already I given that link to you to access that notes that we are able to get. Free access to the classroom application. In the same material, I will copy and paste the applications, no, so that you can practice that applications directly. All applications are live applications. Every requirement I will take in front of you, every program I will type in front of you, and every compilation I'm going to do in front of you, every execution I'm going to do in front of you. Everything is on live. Not like preparing applications at my home, showing outputs here inside the class. No, not like this. Everything I'll prepare. If I get any error, I'll explain why that error is coming. If I get an exception, I'll explain why that exception is coming, how to come out from that exception, how to come out from that error. Everything we are going to see now. At the end of the course, you are able to get course completion certificate. At the end of the course, you are able to get what the course completion certificate. And this is important, no? Maximum, we'll try to bring the company drives, companies here to the Durgasoft to conduct the drives, campus drives, but it is open platform for every Durgasoft student. At the same time, we are giving job assistance to you, but we are not going to give any job guarantee program. That means we are not conducting this. We are totally against for it. We are not believing in job guarantee programs. As much as possible, as I know the Java, everything I want to give clarity to you so that you can get the job automatically. In my classes, 80% is a success rate. For every 100 members, 80 members are used to get the jobs. Damn sure. Why? Because we are believing on content. So it is not job guarantee program, but it is a content guarantee program. More quality, more content, more. What I'm telling there, we are going to increase your confidence level over the subject. At the end of the course, I want to see all of you. You should take Java to somebody else. You can explain Java to somebody else. That kind of explanation. That means that kind of confidence level we want to provide you. So we will increase your Java level. Sure, damn sure. All right, sir. Concepts wise, written test definitely. For every topic, we are going to conduct some written test. Definitely. Then we have to appear for it. We can analyze your knowledge. Next one is mock interviews. It's optional, sir. Depending on the members, maybe at the end of the course, they'll plan for it. Definitely one interview I will take for every member. Definitely. So working with multiple database and advanced Java, working with the multiple servers, okay, technical related things, no? All right, which version of the Java we are discussing there as of now? Up to the last version, up to Java 20th version. As of now, 20th version is available in our side. Up to the Java 20th version, we are planning to discuss to you clearly. Right, sir. Now here, batches wise, if you have to this, maybe this demo class are going on continuously for individual batch core Java, for basic Java, for complete Java package, and for full stack Java package. In full stack Java, nearly 14 or 15 number of tools are available. Out of them, my responsibility is totally Java. Right from core Java to up to web services, I will take the responsibility. The remaining courses are taken by some other trainers. And where especially I'm telling there, in the full stack Java, what advantages here we are able to get? No, on only entire Java, there is a chance to get job. On only UI part, basic UI and Angular React, this totally is UI. There we can get, there is a chance to get a job. In a testing tool, there is a chance to get job. In Oracle, there is a chance to get job. In a DevOps, nowadays this is hot in outside, DevOps, AWS and Linux. No. On the base of this, we are able to get a job. Altogether, overall, if we keep full stack Java developer in our resume, your resume will get more weightage. There is a chance for you to get job in outside. But when it is possible, you should learn all these concepts. You need to have awareness on all these concepts. Not worry for it. In the same document, it is available there in the last point now. So we can check for it. These are the various batches here we are conducting regarding this content. Okay, but my responsibility is what there? Total Java, I will take the responsibility. So at very startup mode, in the up to 15 to 20 days of time, maybe up to 1 month of time, only one slot is going on for full stack Java. After that, once we are in a track, once we completed some concepts in core Java, then we are planning to start advanced Java in a second slot. That second slot I will decide maybe 8:30 to 10 o'clock, or maybe like 11:30 to 1 o'clock. I will decide that. I will give that intimation to you. Understand it clearly. After completion of this, that another thing is like what there. The remaining courses, the DevOps we can start right from today. Today morning demo class was happened at 7 o'clock today morning. Maybe tomorrow onwards we can attend for it. DevOps parallelly we can do. And parallelly Oracle or UI Angular or then all the concepts we can carry on parallelly. But these concepts are linked concepts, dependent topics. No, I will give the roadmap how to finish the total content here. Even the roadmap is also be ready for us. I think so it's not available yet. Then again, I'll give the roadmap how to finish your courses there in Java. Along with Java, we have to complete the remaining courses. Then how we are going to complete the remaining courses that we are going to understand effectively. Okay, right, sir. These are the information here I'm telling to you. No need to have any second thought. Durgasoft meant for then quality teaching, quality content. Moreover, totally content based. If you are content based, if you have knowledge, then getting job is nothing. If you are subjectful, getting job is nothing. Easily we can get the job that we want to improve. Right, sir? So only this information I want to share with you as you are the new members for Durgasoft. Right, we can take admission, no issues, no need to worry for it now. Then we are going to continue the content here, right? But full stack Java, if you want to take now, minimum 7 months of time we have to stay along with me. 7 months of time we have to stay along with me in the case of full stack Java. Otherwise, you are unable to complete all the concepts. Understand it? The roadmap I will provide to you so that you can carry forward. We are able to complete your content, right? That's all, sir. That's all for it. And tomorrow we'll continue the content here as usual, as per the schedule. Tomorrow I'm going to start Java features topic. By that we are able to get some clarity, right? Shall we meet on tomorrow? Right, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on tomorrow. Sure.